Hello, everybody. I would like to showcase my completely for free, completely working CS2 Sniper extension. This is basically a Google extension which you can just download. There's no downside. It currently has 40 markets. And essentially, what it does is if you see any item like this, you will see an item page on any CSGO market. You can click on it, and you will see that it will display the item price compared to another market, which you can choose yourself. For me, I selected Buff 163, but you could literally choose any market to your liking, and you'll see this thing like plus $8 and how much percent it is compared to your selected setting, or in my case, the buff price. In this case, on the left, you'll see the lowest listing price, and on the right side, you'll see the buy order price. This is how it's always formatted, and essentially, you can use this on literally any market. So I made this to be completely for free. There's no thing for a subscription. Um, Prices are pretty up to date. I'm basically using Price Empire. I don't know if you're familiar. You should be familiar with it. It's basically one of the biggest pricing servers. I'm not logged in, so I cannot check right now. But they track like all the skin prices, compare, and basically I have like a subscription where I pay money to, and I can see all the price of all the skins. So that's basically what it is. And here it's all loaded, and you'll see a lot of extra informations in a lot of these markets. So if you go in the link in the description, you actually find this extension, and this is what I use myself day to day. And what I just do is I upload it to Google, and I update it every few days. I need to wait for Google to approve it each time, which takes a few days. So it's not able to update daily, but yeah, it's pretty good. So you can download it. It currently has 50 users. It has one rating, which was from a friend of mine. So yeah, I don't know if you should trust that, but this is my extension. Essentially, if you'll download it, you will see it right here. It will say open any of the 41 supported sites. You have a few features which I think are pretty cool. Here is every single market there is. So from Skinport to Skinland to Clash, literally you can just scroll right here. These ones are all 100% configured, but you will see that some have a test icon, some have some issues, but it's all noted right here. So you can literally see all these markets that have it. If it says test, then it means that I've added the overlay, but I haven't tested it on all occasions, so it may be a little bit bugged. But essentially, we could go to any random website, for example, Skimpart. Let's go to the market, and you'll see that the overlay works, and you can now essentially see all the prices. If you hover your mouse over the price that says below this, you can immediately see every other competitive market. Now, currently, there are not that many markets added, but in the next update, I will make sure to add literally about 20, 30, 40 markets to this, and you'll be able to even choose yourself which one you would like. The cool thing about this is sure you can compare prices. Right now, you can easily see a good deal. The thing is, this isn't as useful as you might think. It is useful, but if we open up our panel, we can see there's a button to show overlay panel. Normally it's hidden, but if we click right here, we get our own panel. And by the way, you can choose at what threshold you want to see and green and red colors. So if I select 90%, only skins that are 90% bargain compared to buff will now show as a green color. You can also change the colors if you'd like to. I honestly do not recommend you to do this because the provided colors were just the best in my opinion. But some features which I think are like very, very good is if we open up our panel right here. First of all, by default, it will show liquidity, which I don't really care, so I hide the liquidity. Hide bad skins. I recommend you to always turn this on. This hides like some of the bad skins you don't want to see. This will only apply when you're using one of these two highlights. So for this website, I have two highlights: underpriced and top three cheapest. First of all, underpriced. So this will show all skins that are under 100% of your selected price, or in this case, above price. So as you can see, I can already see like every skin that has a red color, I will not see them. So I can instantly scroll through this and just quickly see, okay, these are all skins. And that's pretty cool. And the second option, which I think is even better, is top three cheapest. What this will do is if you hover over the price, you'll see a list of every single market. And you'll see the market, you'll see the price. And what this will do is it will only show items that are in the top three cheapest markets for this item. So as long as these prices you're seeing here are correct, then this item is the top three cheapest from whatever pricing data we have. Of course, this doesn't guarantee that this is a good deal, But as you can see, if I hover over every single of these prices, it is basically around the top 3 cheapest. I mean, if we're just looking at every single price, you can see it's almost the cheapest price from all markets. Now, as you can see, this also doesn't mean it's a good deal, but essentially this literally makes the process 10 times easier. And I saw no extension do this, so this is why I made my own, just so I can use this. You can also choose which market you want to use, so any one of these markets. I will be adding more, but it's going to be in the next update. I need to wait for, how you call it, Google to approve my request. You can show skin flow prices if you want to, skins.com prices, list skins. As you can see, if there's buy order available, it will show the buy order on the right side. If I'm correct. Wait, I think that's always buff buy order. I don't really use any other market than buff, so I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really tested it. I just added it because I know other people like this. But you can, oh yeah, you can choose the left price and the right price. I'm so stupid actually. I should have known because it's my own thing. But yeah, this is you have more extensions than this, and probably because most people are gonna use CS float, I put a little bit more effort into that one. But essentially, yeah, it has every single market. I can show you other markets also as gambling sites like these ones. I do not want to say the name because this video might get some problems. I think so. But literally, if you go to any other website, it will also work. And you can keep using this. You could keep using the underpriced. As you can see, I try to literally make it as good as possible. But for CS Float, there are a few extra options. So first of all, if we go and open the panel on CS Float, we'll notice a few things. We'll notice that we are able to select what we can see. So if you open up this panel, the first thing is, let's start on the bottom, display. So we can display the listed age and the bargain info. So this will already display two things: how long ago it was listed, and if the item is bargainable, and for what minimum bargain price it's set up. So what minimum price do you need to bargain for? Then we have more things. So here we have on the price, top tier cheapest works the exact same. As you can see, top tier cheapest works like this. Pretty cool. So you can now see every single good deal. As you can see, CS Float already has a lot more good deals than any other market. And then we also have a bargainable option. So what this does is it now shows every single skin that is bargainable. And you have your own settings, so you can choose how much profit you would like to go for. So I want a minimum of 6% profit, meaning the minimum bargain price is under 96% of buff price. I hope you can follow me. I hope this is not too complicated, but essentially that's how it works. So 6% profit means that it's always less than 96% buff price. So as you can see, 89% is the minimum bargain, so that would work. And then essentially you can just go right here and bargain on items. That's essentially how it works. So this makes it super easy to bargain items. And another thing is, if I go on the bargain menu, you actually have quick bargain options. You have a slider. So this slider shows the minimum price and it also shows the buff price. Now, in this case, the minimum bargain amount is so low that we don't even see the buff price. But essentially, this is the same thing I did for skins.com and also for the sell page on... give me a second, it's gonna load, or I hope so. I also did this on the sell page on CS Float, but essentially, let me turn off. I think it's glitched with bargainable. Yeah, I think that is. I still need to fix that. But essentially, if you sell right here, this item. Okay, no, they updated it. Now it looks very bad. Yeah, so this is what I mean. Essentially, right here on skins.com, I made this helper where you can see the current lowest price on skins.com. You can see the buff price and the instant sell price, for example. You may not follow this. I'm kind of just mumbling on about the point, but what I want to show you is you have quick options for the minimum bargain, plus 50 cents, plus 1%, or plus 2%. So I usually use plus minimum 50 cents or 1%, because minimum bargain, people kind of just seem to reject it all the time. So I don't really use that, but that seems to be very useful. Another thing which I made is some presets. So essentially what you can do is, I already added 2 presets, is if you go in the market right here, this is the normal page, you can select all your filters or whatever you want to see like. Click here, click save current filter as a preset, name it something, for example, test. And then if you come to the page, you click on presets, click on test. Boom, it will now load your selected filters or whatever you selected. So for example, I've opened this one, newest bargain mode. Then um, this is loaded to see all the newest skins. And what I made for this is two things, or at least three things. So first of all, an auto refresh, which will refresh every 20 seconds. So if you want to set a constant time, you can set it right here. For example, 5, 4, 3 seconds. Boom. And what we can then also do is turn on bargain only. And what this does, it will only show skins that are bargainable. Let me tell you that again. Oh, it will only show skins that are bargainable. It will automatically delete any other skins. So all skins you see right here are bargainable. And you can see exactly the minimum bargain amount you can bargain for. So this is super useful. You can literally just sit here, check which skins you want to bargain, and then bargain on them. And the second thing which I added, which I'm still testing out, is the bargain helper. If you open this up, you can see all your bargain data. Now, the first time you run this, you might need to click on rerun backfill or run backfill. And what this will do is it will um, go through your offer history and load all your bargains. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to do this, but this will make sure that you can see in history like this, where you can see all your bargain data. I honestly don't really trade much on CS Float, at least not on this account. So all this data, yeah, so I don't really have many trades here to show for. But essentially, that would be how it works. So right here, for example, you can see in the last 30 days, one of my bargains got accepted. I sent 15, 11 got declined, one is still pending. I think that is a bug. Yeah, that's some bug of some other bargains. But if I were to refill it, I think it should work now. Let me refresh the page. Countered, active. Yeah, so you'll see right here. It should be working. I don't think it's perfect yet, but I'll probably work on it. You also have a notification. So if a bargain gets accepted, rejected, or whatever, you will see it in the bottom right of your screen. And there's also a voice you can enable. So you can enable a voice, you can select the language. It will always speak in English, but it will have a different accent, which is kind of funny. For example, wait, I think my notifications are not on. Let me try again. No, that's the wrong. Let me try again. Sorry. Let me enable my sound so you guys can hear it. Uh, let me see. Let me see. Okay, I found it. Yes. Okay, so you should now be able to hear. Yeah, it just makes me feel like I'm some type of day trader who gets like all this data. Um, Essentially, what it does, it just checks if you had any updates on your offers every few minutes, and then it sends out the message. So it's pretty cool. Another thing which I did for CS Float is if you go to the sell items page, what you'll find right here is, give me a moment, waiting for it to load. Essentially, I added some features. So first of all, I applied the overlay on every single item here. So you can see the buff price, you can see the CS Float reference price. And I also added a CS Float. I also added a sales helper, which will show you the current lowest listing price, buff price, and reference price. I fear that CS Float might not be loading for any reason, which is a little bit strange, to be honest. Oh, I know why. Okay, so I need to actually fix that now that I think about it. But if you have bargain only enabled, I think it automatically disables here. Yeah, so that's some things which I haven't tested. So yeah, use this at your own sort of risk or something. But yeah, essentially, if I click on sell item right here, I made this own slider, which I think is pretty cool. You can go to two different views, normal or my zoomed view, which we are currently in, or default. So this is the default view, just how it would normally be. But what you will basically have is it will show the reference price, which is right here. So this is CS Float own adjusted price. So CS Float thinks that this item is worth this amount of money. And what you'll see is that you will see that exactly price. Then you'll also see the cash price, which basically is the price that the lowest listing is currently. That's at least what Price Empire has provided us. So this may not be 100% correct, but it is very close usually. And we also have a buy order price. So currently the buy order price is $205. So you'll see that you can't go lower than that because there's no reason. So you'll see that you will list your item anywhere in between this. You can also click right here to go to the top buy order, reference or the cash price, which currently are the same. If you like to go, you can go lower, but I won't recommend you. So click there. And this should work with every single item. As you can see, it loads it. So we can see every single buy order or ref price, recommended price, or whatever in here. So that's all that I've added. Now, besides this, there's really much. So you can see that there's still some bugs which I'll be fixing pretty soon. I honestly don't really have many people using this. I think like 50 users. I don't really use it for CS Float. I mainly use it for other markets, so that's why I don't have any troubles. But yeah, you can use it for any one of these markets. I recommend you to just install it, see if you like it, and you can always just disable it in the settings, and then in the future enable it again. It's completely for free. I don't know what else to say. You can join the Discord server. I don't know if I'll link it though. Maybe I will, but this is my Discord server, Pilivili CS2 Trading. And if you'll go to the announcement tab, there's an extension section. And here you can write support, help, suggestions, request new markets, or you can just talk in the main server, whatever. Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.